I've polished the story, I've hidden the seams, built a chapel of highlights, only my best dreams. But the foundation is cracking with truths I can't face. So I'm laying down pride in this silent, holy space. These are the scars I show you, the unedited shame, fears I whisper at midnight when I can't bear my own name. This is my psalm unfiltered, my soul's honest art. The broken, the buried, the most hidden part of my heart. You don't want my performance, my practiced reply. You're waiting here for the real me, the uncurated cry. So here in the wreckage, where my pretenses fall, I am finally seen, and I'm learning that's all. I've polished the story, I've hidden the seams, built a chapel of highlights, only my best dreams. But the foundation is cracking with truths I can't face. So I'm laying down pride in this silent, holy space. These are the scars I show you, the unedited shame, the fears I whisper at midnight when I can't bear my own name. This is my psalm unfiltered, my soul's honest art. Broken, the buried, the most hidden part of my heart. You don't want my performance, my practiced reply. You're waiting here for the real me, the uncurated cry. So here in the wreckage, where my pretenses fall, I am finally seen, and I'm learning that's all.
The grand uncertain answers ring like bells in distant towers, while here inside the silence of my most uncertain hours, they fade to faintest echoes that can't penetrate the chill of whys that have no answer, and a faith that feels so ill. So I don't go to cathedrals built on other people's side. I light one single stubborn candle in the vastness of my night. Its tiny dancing defiance is the bravest prayer I know, as I give my doubt a voice and let my shaky feelings show. This isn't bold rebellion, it's the poverty of a need, a soul past platitudes, planting a desperate tiny seed. These are my questions by candlelight, raw, unpoetic and unrhymed. The prayers that feel like they dissolve in air, unfinished and ill-timed. I'm not shouting in defiance at a cold celestial throne. I'm whispering in the shadows, feeling utterly alone, yet compelled to speak the ache, to voice the hollow in my chest. This fragile flickering dialogue feels like the truest test, for faith isn't the absence of the ever-lingering how, but the courage to kneel down and ask it anyhow. And in the quiet that follows the spent and trembling plea, I don't hear a solution, a soft theology, but I feel a presence sitting in the darkness on the floor, not fixing the equation, but being so much more. A companionship in wandering, a solidarity in dread, a hand upon my shoulder as I bow my weary head. My faith isn't in knowing the purpose or the plan. My faith is in the presence of the one who holds my hand, right here amidst the questions, in the vulnerable dim light, loving me through the wandering, through the long and trusting night.
The grand uncertain answers ring like bells in distant towers, while here inside the silence of my most uncertain hours, they fade to faintest echoes that can't penetrate the chill of whys that have no answer, and a faith that feels so ill. So I don't go to cathedrals built on other people's sight. I light one single stubborn candle in the vastness of my night. It's tiny, dancing defiance is the bravest prayer I know. As I give my doubt a voice and let my shaky feelings show. This isn't bold rebellion, it's the poverty of need. A soul past platitudes, planting a desperate tiny seed. These are my questions by candlelight, raw and poetic and unrhymed. The prayers that feel like they dissolve in air, unfinished and ill-timed. I'm not shouting in defiance at a cold celestial throne. I'm whispering in the shadows, feeling utterly alone, yet compelled to speak the aid, to voice the hollow in my chest. This fragile flickering dialogue feels like the truest test for faith. Isn't the absence of the ever-lingering how, but the courage to kneel down and ask it anyhow. And in the quiet that follows the spent and trembling plea, I don't hear a solution, a soft theology, but I feel a presence sitting in the darkness on the floor, not fixing the equation, but being so much more. A companionship in wondering, a solidarity in dread, a hand upon my shoulder as I bow my weary head. My faith isn't in knowing the purpose or the plan. My faith is in the presence of the one who holds my hand. Right here amidst the questions, in the vulnerable dim light, loving me through the wondering, through the long and trusting night. Trusting night. The record stuck, the needle's worn on promises I can't perform. The same old prayer, the same weak vow, etched in furrows on my brow. I rise at dawn with fresh intent, a will that's eager, heaven sent. But by the noon it's bent and broke, just more collateral of my smoke. I am the echo of my own failing, a tiresome looping, inward wailing. The words forgive me taste like dust, a mandatory broken trust. I bore myself with this cycle, this predictable, pathetic recital of aspiration and defeat, this never admitted bittersweet. I am so tired of my own sound, this monotonous failing beat. I lay my broken record at
upon your feet. I have no new performance, no eloquent defense to send, just this weary, wordless needing that seems to have no end. My vocabulary's bankrupt of sufficient fresh regret. My will is a tired soldier that I cannot resurrect. So here is my confession, stripped of poetry or art, a soul that's simply weary of its own self-centered heart. And maybe silence is the worship when the words have all run dry. Maybe sitting in the failure with the bare and honest eye is the purest prayer I offer. The empty cup I raise to be filled with the strength I do not own and a never-ending grace. For your love was never contingent on my fresh, persuasive plea, but on the finished word that has forever set me free. So I stop the broken record, I let the quiet be, and in the sacred silence your love speaks over me. Not with a list of tasks to try with my own feeble might, but with the one word that changes everything. Rest now, child. It's alright. Record stuck, the needle's worn, on promises I can't perform. The same old prayer, the same weak vow, etched in furrows on my brow. I rise at dawn with fresh intent, a will that's eager, heaven sent, but by the noon it's bent and broke, just more collateral of my smoke. I am the echo of my own failing, a tiresome looping inward wailing. The words forgive me taste like dust, a mandatory broken trust. I bore myself with this cycle, this predictable, pathetic recital of aspiration and defeat, this never admitted, bittersweet. I am so tired of my own sound, this monotonous, failing the scars upon your feet. I have no new performance, no eloquent defense to send, just this weary wordless needing that seems to have no end. My vocabulary's bankrupt of sufficient. Fresh regret, my will is a tired soldier that I cannot resurrect. So here is my confession, stripped of poetry or art, a soul that's simply weary of its own self-centered heart. And maybe silence is the worship when the words have all run dry. Maybe sitting in the failure with a bare and honest sigh is the purest prayer I offer, the empty cup I raise, to be filled with a strength I do not own and a never-ending grace. For your love was never contingent on my fresh persuasive plea, but on the finished work that has forever set me free. So I stop the broken record, I let the quiet be, and in the sacred silence your love speaks over me. Not with a list of tasks to try with my own feeble might, but with the one word that changes everything. Rest now, child, it's all right.
My hands have known the tension of a justice I must keep, a ledger etched in memory, buried shallow but so deep, each finger curled in judgment, holding grievances like stones, weighing down my outstretched arms and chilling all my bones. I've nursed each slight and setback, rehearsed each justified retort, until my very posture became a rigid, bitter fort. But the architecture of this anger is a solitary cell, and the warden of this prison is a story I must tell. A story I am weary of, a tale that breeds no rest, a battle in my bloodstream, putting my own heart to test. But I feel my fist unclenching now, finger breaking, stubborn finger, letting the old anger go, letting your softer presence linger. This is surrender, slow and painful ache, a sacred, difficult release, trading my burden bitter justice for your incomprehensible peace. It's not a moment's victory, but a minute by minute choice to silence the old shouting voice and listen for the kind of voice my open palm feels foreign, vulnerable and weak. Yet it's the strongest act of trust my soul has dared to speak. And what will I hold now with these empty, trembling hands? Only the grace I never earned from the God who understands that an open palm can finally receive what a clenched fist never could. A mercy that disarms me, a love that's gentle, kind and good. This is the new posture, the unlearning of the fight, to stand not as a sentry but a child in healing light. The stones of my resentment drop, a slow and scattered sound, as on this new unburdened ground a different seed is found.
My hands have known the tension of a justice I must keep, a ledger etched in memory, buried shallow but so deep, each finger curled in judgment, holding grievances like stones, weighing down my outstretched arms and chilling all my bones. I've nursed each slight and setback, rehearsed each justified retort, until my very posture became a rigid, bitter fort. But the architecture of this anger is a solitary cell, and the warden of this prison is a story I must tell. A story I am weary of, a tale that breeds no rest, a battle in my bloodstream, putting my own heart to test. But I feel my fist unclenching now, finger by aching, stubborn finger letting the old anger go, letting your softer presence linger. This is surrender, slow and painful ache, a sacred, difficult release, trading my burning, bitter justice for your incomprehensible peace. It's not a moment's victory, but a minute by minute choice to silence the old shouting voice and listen for the kind of voice my open palm feels foreign, vulnerable and weak. Yet it's the strongest act of trust my soul has dared to speak. And what will I hold now with these empty, trembling hands? Only the grace I never earned from the God who understands that an open palm can finally could, a mercy that disarms me, a love that's gentle, kind and good. This is the new posture, the unlearning of the fight, to stand not as a sentry, but a child in healing light. The stones of my resentment drop, a slow and scattered sound, as on this new unburdened ground a different seed is found.
Feel you sometimes, little one, a flinch behind my eyes, when a certain tone of voice arrives, a familiar sharp surprise. You hide in corners of my reactions, in the tears that come too fast, in the fear of loud beginnings that you're certain cannot last. You learned the world was dangerous in rooms I still recall, where love felt like a transaction and you had to be so small. I built this adult over you, a fortress tall and wide, but I hear your lonely whimpers from the space you hide inside. So this is a lullaby for the wounded child in me, a melody of safety so your frightened heart can be free. I speak the words we never heard in tones I'm learning still. You are precious, you are wanted. This is not your fault, be still. I will hold the space we needed, be the guardian we lacked, tending the tender seedling from the trauma's bitter, thorny track. I won't shame you for your trembling or for needing extra care. I will meet you in the memory and wait with you there. And together, little one, we will learn a different song. The Father's voice is gentle, it's been tender all along. A love that doesn't bruise the heart or leave the soul behind. A patient, kind persistence that will heal and rebind. We'll let Him rewrite all the rules upon His gentle knee, and rewrite our own story, the wounded child and me. For His love can reach the timelines, heal the years that went astray, and in His present kindness heal our long gone yesterday. So sleep now, little spirit, in arms that finally hold. Your story isn't over, it's being remade into gold. sometimes, little one, a flinch behind my eyes when a certain tone of voice arrives, a familiar sharp surprise. You hide in corners of my reactions, in the tears that come too fast, in the fear of loud beginnings that you're certain cannot last. You learn the world was dangerous in rooms I still recall, where love felt like a transaction, and you had to be so small. I built this adult over you, a fortress tall and wide, but I hear your lonely whimpers from the space you hide inside. So this is a lullaby for the wounded child in me, a melody of safety, so your frightened heart can be free. I speak the words we never heard in tones. I'm learning still, you are precious, you are wanted, this is not your fault, be still. I will hold the space we needed, be the guardian we lacked, tending the tender seedling from the trauma's bitter, thorny track. I won't shame you for your trembling or for needing extra care. I will meet you in the memory and wait with you there. And together, little one, we will learn a different song. The Father's voice is gentle, it's been tender all along. A love that doesn't bruise the heart or leave the soul behind. A patient, kind persistence that will heal and rebind. We'll let him rewrite all the rules upon his gentle knee, and rewrite our own story, the wounded child in me. For his love can reach the timelines, heal the years that went astray, and in his present kindness heal our long gone yesterday. So sleep now, little spirit, in arms that finally hold. Your story isn't over, it's being remade into gold. I am a breathing contradiction, a living civil war, a soul that reaches for the heavens but drags on the cold floor. In a single spinning hour I can harbor holy fire and nurse a petty grievance that feeds a selfish pyre. One breath is whispered worship, the next is sharp and vain, a flickering fragile candle trembling in the rain of my own inconsistencies. My glorious grimy truth, the earnest seeker wrestling with the cynic of my youth. I read about your saints and feel a gaping wide despair, for I am mostly wilderness with just a hint of prayer. Oh, this constant tension of dust and deity, it wrestles in my chest. The gutter and the glory in my single struggling breast. I am ash and I am ember, I am failing, I am flame, and you call this messy, mixed up soul by my beloved chosen name. You don't flinch from the dichotomy, the shadow and the spark. You see the winding journey from the daylight to the dark. And in your eyes, I'm not a failed attempt at being good. I'm a story being written, understood as best you could. A story where the struggle is the very sacred thread by which I am unraveled and by which I am led. For you don't love some future polished version, clean and bright. You love the now of me, the battle, the imperfect light. So I bring you both the ash and fire, the doubt and the desire, my complicated, conflicted heart to the finer's purifying pyre. Let the tension be my altar, the paradox my prayer, as I learn to hold your grace within this human heavy air. I am dust, and to dust I will return. This is the solemn curse, but in between, by mercy, I contain the universe of your spirit, breathing holiness into this common sod, this walking, talking miracle of dust, beloved by God. I am a breathing contradiction, a living civil war, a soul that reaches for the heavens but drags on the cold floor. In a single spinning hour I can harbor holy fire and nurse a petty grievance
that feeds a selfish pyre. One breath is whispered worship, the next is sharp and vain, a flickering fragile candle, trembling in the rain of my own inconsistencies, my glories, grimy truth, the earnest seeker wrestling with the cynic of my youth. I read about your saints and feel a gaping wide despair, for I am mostly wilderness with just a hint of prayer. Oh, this constant tension of dust and deity, it wrestles in my chest, the gutter and the glory in my single struggle and breast. I am ash and I am ember, I am failing, I am flame, and you call this messy, mixed up soul by my beloved chosen name. You don't flinch from the dichotomy, the shadow and the spark. You see the winding journey from the daylight to the dark, and in your eyes I'm not a failed attempt at being good. I'm a story being written, understood as best you could, a story where the struggle is the very sacred thread by which I am unraveled and by which I am led. For you don't love some future polished version, clean and bright. You love the now of me, the battle, the imperfect light. So I bring you both the ash and fire, the doubt and the desire, my complicated, conflicted heart. To the refiner's purify empire, let the tension be my altar, the paradox my prayer, as I learn to hold your grace within this human heavy air. I am dust, and to dust I will return. This is the solemn curse, but in between, by mercy I contain the universe of your spirit, breathing holiness into this common side, this walking, talking miracle of dust, beloved by God. I search for you in stained glass, in the pristine, perfect praise, in the polished, proper phrases of my better, brighter days. I thought you kept your residence on holy, distant ground, where answered prayers like banners on the ramparts waved around. But I lost my way to search for you in stained glass, in the pristine, perfect praise, in the polished, proper phrases of my better, brighter days. I thought you kept your residence on holy, distant ground, where answered prayers like banners on the ramparts waved around. But I lost my way to glory on a dim and shameful street, where my dignity lay shattered at my own two stumbling feet. And there amidst the fragments of the person I had been, I met a different kind of God who was not afraid of sin. You are the God of the gutter, the saint of the stumble and fall, the light in the rock bottom night, who hears my faintest, weakest call. You're not just for the righteous, the clean, the upward climb. You are for the one counting the pieces, one at a time. You kneel in the mess I made, without a single word of blame, and you whisper that my brokenness is why you came. Your majesty is mingled with the dust upon the floor, redefining what is holy, what salvation is truly for. Your altar is in marble, cold and distant, smooth and grand. Your altar is this mess right here, held in your nail-scarred hand. Your communion isn't theory for the theologically sound. It's the broken bread of mercy on this unholy ground. So I'll worship here in ruins with a gratitude so deep for the shepherd who left 99, his promise for this one sheep. My worth was not in rising first or in my strength at all, but in the costly seeking love that answers when I fall. I am loved not for my loftiness, but for my lack, it seems, by the God of glorious gutters and redemption filled dreams.
I search for you in stained glass, in the pristine, perfect praise, in the polished, proper phrases of my better, brighter days. I thought you kept your residence on holy, distant ground, where answered prayers like banners on the ramparts waved around. But I lost my way to glory on a dim and shameful street, where my dignity lay shattered at my own two stumbling feet. And there, amidst the fragments of the person I had been, I met a different kind of God who was not afraid of sin. You are the God of the gutter, the saint of the stumble and fall, the light in the rock bottom night, who hears my faintest, weakest call. You're not just for the righteous, the clean, the upward climb. You are for the one counting the pieces, one at a time. You kneel in the mess I made without a single word of blame, and you whisper that my brokenness is why you came, your majesty. Is mingled with the dust upon the floor, redefining what is holy, what salvation is truly for. Your altar is in marble, cold and distant, smooth and grand. Your altar is this mess right here, held in your nail-scarred hand. Your communion isn't fury for the theologically sound. It's the broken bread of mercy on this unholy ground. So I'll worship here in ruins with a gratitude so deep for the shepherd who left 99, his promise for this one sheep. My worth was not in rising first or in my strength at all, but in the costly seeking love that answers when I fall. I am loved not for my loftiness, but for my lack, it seems, by the God of glorious gutters and redemption-filled dreams. I thought my value was in wholeness, in a surface smooth and clear, a vessel fit for service, without blemish, crack, or fear. So I hid the hairline fractured with the pottery of pride, and prayed the glue of busyness would hold the seams inside. But the weight of all the hiding made the delicate line spread, until the fragile vessel I had been was truly dead, shattered on the floor of my impossible demand. A collection of sharp pieces in my trembling open hand. But you are the master kintsugi, and you do not hide the break. You trace each line of shattered for compassion's was certain was just trash, and hold them to the light of love with a tender, firm clasp. You are making a kintsugi heart, filling every crack with gold, a mosaic of mercy, a new story to be told, where every wound is highlighted, not to shame or to disgrace, but to showcase the breathtaking places where your repairing grace learned to glow. I am not a discarded vessel, no failure to discard. I am precious art in process, held gently by the artist's regard. My worth was never in perfection, a standard I could never meet. My worth is in the love of the hands that gather me complete. So let the light catch the gold lines, the seams of my repair. Let my weakness tell the story of a love beyond compare. For the beauty isn't in the never broken, pristine and cold. The most stunning beauty is in the broken, restored and bold. This heart, once held by failure, now held together by your art, is your masterpiece of patience, a kintsugi golden heart. Thought my value was in wholeness, in a surface smooth and clear, a vessel fit for service without blemish, crack or fear. So I hid the hairline fractures with the pottery of pride, and prayed the glue of busyness would hold the seams inside. But the weight of all the hiding made the delicate lines spread, until the fragile vessel I had been was truly dead, shattered on the floor of my impossible demand, a collection of sharp pieces in my trembling open hand. But you are the master kintsugi, and you do not hide the break. You trace each line of shattering for compassion's holy sake. You gather every sharp-edged shard I was certain was just trash, and hold them to the light of love with a tender, firm clasp. You are making a kintsugi heart, filling every crack with gold, a mosaic of mercy, a new story to be told, where every wound is highlighted, not to shame or to disgrace, but to showcase the breathtaking places where your repairing grace learned to glow. Learn to glow. Oh,
no failure to discard. I am precious art in process, held gently by the artist's regard. My worth was never in perfection, a standard I could never meet. My worth is in the love of the hands that gather me complete. So let the light catch the gold lines, the seams of my repair. Let my weakness tell the story of a love beyond compare. For the beauty isn't in the never broken, pristine and cold. The most stunning beauty is in the broken, restored and bold. This heart, once held by failure, now held together by your art, is your masterpiece of patience. I can't sue